AgriTalk, the nation's longest-running interview show dedicated to discussing agriculture issues with the newsmakers and include you in the conversation via our toll-free number. We're here weekdays mornings at 10:06. We are AgriTalk.
Christian County restaurants, listen up. Find out details on the new food code by attending the Christian County Health Department Food Workshop at the U of I Extension Office April 9th. Get details by clicking the CCHD icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Here's Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
Lifestyle medicine is about motivating you to improve your quality of life by changing habits and behaviors.
Find out more by clicking Dr. Gill's icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Good morning. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. My name is Grayson Bauman, and joining me today is Jala is the Executive Director of Kemmerer Village. Good morning. And glad to hear it, because we have got a lot to talk about with Kemmerer Village. Some new events, some new, new expansions coming about here very, very soon. But I'd like to start with just the general services, an idea of Kemmerer Village to kind of fill me in and listen.
Absolutely. So Kemmerer Village is a children's agency in Assumption, Illinois. We have been there since 1914. Presbyterian Church. And currently today in 2023, we're finalizing our 2024 numbers, but to give some sense of reference, in 2023, we served 1,400 children across the state of Illinois. There on our campus in Assumption, we have a 21-bed residential treatment facility for adolescents struggling with serious emotional issues. We serve currently 125 children in the 7 surrounding counties through foster care services. We also offer foster care to adoption. We recently celebrated our 200th adoption since the end of the program, so that was exciting. Additionally, and where one of the big numbers comes from is our Illinois Interagency Athletic Association. That's the IIAA. That's a sports program that we offer for kids involved in children's agencies so that they can participate in team sports, some arts and crafts, some just celebratory events throughout the course of the year. These kids are kids who might not get to participate in team sports due to their circumstances. They offer that option. But certainly the Department of Natural Resources absolutely plans to revitalize that area, and we will be there this summer offering summer outside Carbondale.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on with Kemmerer Village, and we haven't even touched on a few others that I even know about before this. You mentioned the 200th adoption since the foster care program was started. Mm-hmm. When did you say that foster care program was started?
In the 1960s is when we added foster care. It started as a pretty small program. It really grew quite a bit in the 1980s. And then obviously it continues today. We serve about 125 kids currently through that program.
And you mentioned the sports programs too. I think team sports, having to work with others, in some of these situations where you might not have that ability to do so. I think that's a big piece too, to be able to bring that to kids. And I did not realize that was a part of Kemmerer Village as well.
It is. It's a really great program. It's a program pretty unique to Illinois that was organized, again, quite a long time ago, about 40 years ago. We're proud to be part of it for the duration of that. It really provides an opportunity for kids, again, who maybe are living in residential programs, involved in boys and girls clubs, maybe just involved in a foster care situation, to participate in a team sport with a lot of focus on sportsmanship. We do absolutely celebrate the physical attributes of our athletes, and we, cheer on the point gain, but also we give sportsmanship awards for kids that, for example, encourage kids on other teams, maybe help a teammate up or another team member up who's fallen. So
and that just your team building sense and other things like that. So a start in 1914, 1,400 children currently, 21-bed treatment facility, foster care program, foster care to adoption program. We just celebrated our 200th adoption, and we have the IIAA sports programs. Gives me a much better sense of what we're working with at Kimmerer Village. And we didn't touch on this, but I'd love to talk more about it. Oh, and summer camp. Don't let me forget about summer
Absolutely.
camp as well. One thing we didn't touch on there was the equine services. Can you
Yes,
just take me through it.
we are really blessed. We do have a full indoor riding arena, and we have about 15 Gypsy Vanner horses that we offer a full service equine program. For several years, really about 14 years, we've had a therapeutic equine program. I have a licensed clinical social worker who came to us with a significant amount of equine experience. She really built that program. We are able to apply a specified bequest for an indoor riding arena. Kimmerer Village has proudly always had horses as part of our program, but with that bequest, we could offer year-round, really high-level riding experiences. So for years, we've offered those experiences to our residential clients and our foster care clients. In the last 5 years, we expanded to community riding for kids with disabilities called Horses and Heroes. We've been running that program for several years. And now, through a grant from the Elks, we were able to provide training to two additional therapeutic riding instructors who are now certified therapeutic riding instructors in the process of expand the ride program. And that will offer riding experiences to kids throughout the week, as well as on Saturdays. That's a new expansion. Kids who just want some beginning horsemanship skills, and horsemanship is a great way to build confidence, to build balance. So these are just kids of any level of ability who want to come and experience riding through our program.
I've got to say, building confidence around a horse is probably a big piece to that, because they are big animals, and some folks are a little more timid or scared of being on a horse or being even near a horse. So we have an indoor riding facility on top of that as well. Horses and Heroes, but now we're expanding to the ride program for community members. And there, you said 15 different horses. They're Gypsy Vanner?
Gypsy Vanner.
Gypsy Vanner.
They are a
horses.
cross between more like a Clydesdale and your typical horse. So they're a little bit lower to the ground. Their personality is just extremely calm and soothing, and they're just very relatable. So not as big as a Clydesdale, but lower to the ground, a little bit thicker legs than a typical horse, and they're just perfect for this equine experience.
I was going to say a calm horse sounds like a good horse for this type of program. So I appreciate you expanding on that a little bit as well, because that to me, and the expansion of it now as well, that's a big deal on top of it too. Something I would never think about in terms of therapy is having equine therapy. And so I appreciate you kind of expanding on that with summer camp. You said Little Grassy Lake down by Carbondale. What can you tell me about summer camp in the past or even this year?
So Camp Carew has been in existence for about 70 years. Kimmerer Village became linked with Camp Carew in January of 2021. We're really proud to join with them. So at this point, Kimmerer Village manages Camp Carew. It's one of our programs. We're really proud for that. And through June and July, we offer Christian camping experiences. It's just a beautiful setting down at the national park down there. And we offer sessions that are about a week long. We have some shorter sessions also for younger kids. We call those mini camp. And we also offer day camp for campers. It's at the Crabtree National Forest. And if you go to campcarew.org, you can see registration options. We work really hard to keep our prices affordable for everyone. We also have some early bird registration discounts, as well as refunds that are available, as well as full scholarships if that's needed, so that kids can really enjoy this Christian camping experience.
I've got to say, I love myself some camping. So I there's nothing like being in the outdoors and getting that setting. You have a mini camp, a day camp offered, and then a week-long camp, and that's at campcarew.org.
It is.
Campcarew.org since 2021.
Kimmerer Village has been involved since 2021, but Camp Carew's been around a long time.
I've been trying to just keep all my notes in order here. That's why I'm repeating everything Shalis is saying here this morning, just to make sure I even have everything down. Right now, I'm just wondering, how many programs are you offering? We've talked about so many already. Is there a general number that you have in mind?
Well, let's see. We have residential and foster care. and we have our equine program, our IIA, and we have camp. So right now we have 5 core programs. We are in the process, and for some folks hearing this, they may feel like you've been in the process a long time. It has been a long road, but I do look in the next several months, hopefully fewer than several months, to open our Assumption Community Child Care Center there in Assumption. We are partnered with the United Methodist Church, so that is the location in Assumption. We've been truly blessed to have community partners, the Assumption Presbyterian Church, several of the local businesses. The Christian County Board has really made a generous financial contribution. We have our staff, their training. We are in just the final touches to meet all the licensing and fire marshal requirements. So we're really closing in on the finish line. We welcome calls and questions about when we will open up the waiting list. So if you have questions, please call, and we're just getting very close.
Talk about something that's always needed in the community is daycare.
Absolutely.
And so to be able to offer it through, the United Methodist Church and with the help of other generous folks in the community, that's going to be a big piece to it as well. And a popular piece, I have to imagine, as well, and a demanding piece of Kimmerer Village as well. When it comes to the daycare itself, do you have prices in mind or things of that nature? Is there kind of a structure that's already set out for it?
We will have that all posted. There are some state guidelines about when you can advertise those things.
Okay.
They like you to wait till you receive your permit, which we're in the final stages of doing. So we will have all that posted on our Facebook page and our website. We will do quite a bit of publicity. Certainly we'll use the radio station for ads for that process. We will open with 12 kids, and then looking to move to 24. We're opening with 2 rooms and work out any just final kinks with the 2 rooms, and then we will open 2 more rooms at that location. It'll be a fully licensed child care center.
Starting at 12 kids, 2 rooms, maybe looking at 24 kids as you also get a general sense of what's going on with it as well, because it's going to take some adjustment as well. But I will spare you having to talk about any of the exact details, but I appreciate you just giving us some general ideas on it. Shalis, we'll take our first break of the WTIM morning show here today. We're speaking with Shalis Nagel. She is the executive director of Kimmerer Village. We'll be back to talk more about Kimmerer Village on your information station.
WTIM.
Ryan Barnhart here, the voice of the Fighting Illini, inviting Illini Nation to listen for Fighting Illini sports this season on New Country 104.1. From every kickoff during football season to the closing horn of every basketball game, you'll hear them in Christian County and surrounding area on your home for Fighting Illini sports, New Country 104.1. Follow the orange and blue and go Illini.
Brought to you by Prairie Farms Dairy, Bob Ridings, Pana, Aaron's Rent to Own, and I'm Jeffrey with Craig's Realtors, both in Taylorville.
The Christian County Economic Development Corporation is a not-for-profit organization whose mission is to promote the creation and retention of jobs and to increase the economic tax base through the development, establishment, and expansion of commerce and industry in the Christian County area. I'm Matt Hart, CCEDC's new executive director. I'm here to work with existing county employers as well as develop relationships towards creating new jobs in our county. Feel free to reach out to me, Matt Hart, by our icon at TaylorvilleDNews.com.
Michael, well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 96.5thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 96.5thechill.com.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station. Playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power. Cruisin' 98.3 WSVZ.
CNB Bank and Trust has been helping open doors for Central Illinois farmers since 1854. Find out why they're among Illinois' top ag lenders by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Bob Reddings of the Bob Reddings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM morning show here on your information station. I'm Grayson Bauman. Joining me is Shalis Nagel, Executive Director of Kimmerer Village. And we are talking all things Kimmerer Village. We want to turn the page a little bit here to not just what's been going on, but something that is coming up as well. You might have heard the ads out there as well for the murder mystery. What can you tell me, Shalis, about some of the details of it and what's got you excited about it?
Well, this will be our third murder mystery, and we have moved the location to Springfield to the Inn at 835. It's April 5th. We're really excited. We have a lot of great sponsors. We're going to have a chef's choice buffet. So tickets are $75. We do have table packages, which include some beverages. There are tables of 8. We also have some sip and stay packages to stay at the Inn at 835 there. And we just look for it to be a really exciting evening. It's called the Red Carpet Red-Handed Murder Mystery. So it's kind of a gala atmosphere. It's a great, fun way to support our mission. All of the funds will go back to support the Kimmerer Village programming we've been talking about and just really have a good time. Have you ever been to a murder mystery?
I have not. What I get a sense of is it's almost like a game of Clue, and you're kind of get to dress in this the kind of disguise or the way you want to be, but I have not done a murder mystery myself. So
it's audience participation, and the VIP tables do include a chance for a member of your table to be involved in the script that night, which is always a really good time to interact with the actors. So it is like a game of Clue, and you start the evening with the murder kind of laid out and all the characters who are often very flamboyant and interesting. We outline the characters, and then throughout the evening, in between meal courses, you get to find out more, and then at the end help solve the mystery.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, if the game of Clue is fun, then doing it in real life while eating probably isn't too bad either, I would have to imagine. The Inn at 835 in Springfield, April 5th, red carpet, red-handed. Is there any attire or is it any attire, or would you prefer somebody kind of get in that garb and kind of move towards a murder mystery type of deal? Or
we feel like it would be fun, right? It's red carpet, so a dressy event certainly, and be able to to take those clothes out that maybe you don't get to wear all the time. We are calling it a gala. It also starts at 5 p.m. On April 5th, so we look for it just to be a really fun time.
And is this, you said a buffet, so when you start talking about that too, or do you know some of the courses and some of the different items that'll be served?
Not yet, because we're looking to have the freshest food possible. We're working with Humphreys Meat Market additionally. So when it comes to April 5th, what items will be available that are really, the freshest that Humphreys have to offer. And we appreciate their support, certainly.
Well, I got to say, for $75, you get to play a big game of what I see as Clue, and then also get to dress up a little bit, eat from a buffet. I mean, there could be a lot worse ways to spend an evening. So I'm excited for you on April 5th. Is that is that something you look forward to almost every year now that you've started that over the last 3?
Absolutely. It was a really fun addition 3 years ago to our event fundraisers, and it just involves a lot of different people. Again, it's fun to get dressed up. We will also have some silent auction baskets that evening that folks can bid on. And again, all of the proceeds support the Kimmerer Village mission. So it is a really fun evening.
And you said stay and sip packages. That would be, you could continue to drink that and then stay at the inn at 8:35. Could you give me an idea of that?
So, right, the Inn at 835, which is a historic inn in Springfield, and we do have links to that on our website, kimmervillage.org, and also kimmervillagefoundation.org has those links, and they offer some extended stay packages so you can really enjoy your evening and then stay there at the end. And then there's also breakfast the next morning as part of that package.
Well, if you're going to really enjoy your evening, you got to have a good breakfast to get yourself back up and running. Shawless, as we wrap things up, we've got less than 30 seconds here. Anything else in terms of socials or where folks can get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So if you visit our Facebook page at Kimmer Village, kimmervillage.org, kimmervillagefoundation.org, you can learn all about our programs and our community expansion programs with the RIDE program, our upcoming daycare, our existing residential, our foster care, and we just love our community support. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me here on the WTIM Morning Show. Again, Shawless Nagel, Executive Director of Kimmer Village, and we talked about a slew of opportunities with them over there. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. A presidential